traders, welcome back on the Monday. We are in our second week of August, and yes, it is going to start getting a little bit slower because of everyone's getting ready for going back to college. Summer's almost over. We got about 3 weeks. This is probably I was walking in my town, and everyone is away. Everyone's away. I'm actually gonna be away next week, but we're still going to be here. Don't worry about it. Market, let me tell you, even with all the craziness of people going away, it's been a pretty volatile market. We're getting a little fun on the stock. This PRZO, you could see what a really nice move. I mean, stock is up 81% already this morning. At 8 o'clock this morning, when program trading kicked in, the stock started at $1.50. Look where it went up to, almost $3. That's almost a 100% move in pre-market, which is awesome. So I'll tell you, what a great morning so far. If you started out, that's why early bird gets the worm. Now, I want to, before we go into having some fun, and I'll want to talk about some of the funny things that happened this weekend, because I always like to share that. And also, something that happened to me last week talking to a student. Actually, he was wanting to be a student, but I told him, sorry, this ain't for you. And I can't wait to even tell you a little bit about that. But let's talk about what happened on Friday before we get started. So anyway, and then we'll go through the watch list and go through everything else. So anyway, we're getting a couple of good swing trades that are going on. Stocks that we've been watching for such a long time. DraftKings has been moving up really nice right here. You can see that stock, even though it took a dip on Friday, overall in the past year, the stock is up almost about 300%. Right around $10. That one's doing pretty well. We're getting a big run up in Boyle right now. I don't know if you guys have checked out lately, but gas has gone up. All right. So Boyle's been doing pretty well. And not only was it pretty good on Friday, but you could see that it's really making a really nice push right now. And remember, this did have that stock split right around here from $3 and went all the way up there. We did pretty well holding it with the stock split, but let me tell you, not a really good sign when stocks do stock splits, but she's moving pretty good, decent today because whatever the news was going on with oil. A couple other stocks also. This one was probably the only one I thought that was probably worth trading. That was really good on Friday. It was AAOI. You could see this thing moved up very nicely right at the open. Ran from about 820. Went up to about 940. Did it shake, and then right at 1030 when program trading kicks in again. You could see a stock ran from 940 all the way up to about $11 after 11 o'clock. So that was probably the only good one on Friday. Now, MF also, it's going on the watch list. MF has been really doing well. You could see MF was a 50-cent stock. Stock went to $4. Did well on Friday. Let me just blow this up a little bit bigger. And I do want to talk a little bit about MF because MF is going to be like some of the other stocks that we traded, which I want to cover too. But MF also was a nice mover. Now let's talk about what happened this past month, because I want to talk about why we day trade, why we are here, why people fail, and why people succeed. So you know that there's a lot of stocks out there that move, and you'll see them eventually. Other people start talking about it because by the time it comes up on their radar, it ends up being right around that time. I would say, like after a couple of days or indicators, all that. But as a day trader, you know how we teach you how we go through the watch list. And, there were some stocks out there that now that people are starting to get affected by. So I want to start with the Tupperware. So Tupperware was a really good stock for us, and we did really well on it. But look what's happening now. This is what you call a short squeeze. I mean, to have a stock go from 70 cents to $6, you're talking 1,000%. People have probably, they say, oh yeah, I own Apple. I made 1,000%. Or really, how long did it hold you to make 1,000%? Would you own it for about 10 years? These things do it in a week. All right. So if you were up 1,000% on Apple, you wouldn't take the profit. Well, guess what? Tulip, same thing. Tupper, same thing. So a lot of the stocks that we traded, why they go up, and people are like, well, why are they down now? These are things that you have to be very careful about as a day trader. But these are things that we look for, but we just know how to make the nice little moves. A couple other ones. Yell was another one that's taking a big hit. Yell was great. 50-cent stock, the $5 company coming out of bankruptcy. You could see in one day, for some of you that are watching for the first time, the stock went from $1 to $5 in one day. I mean, these are things that we trade, but now you're looking at them. Well, why is it back down to $1.90? I don't give a crap. You know why? Because we don't own it. All right. We owned it then. We don't own it now. Day trading means you're in and out the same day. Okay. So let's not confuse the two. People are like, oh, you lose your money in day trading. I'm like, well, if I did it that day. I didn't lose it for the next day. This is how people get themselves in trouble. Yelp is another one. I just want to kind of just bring back some of the stocks that we traded because these are all big runners that we traded. QSI taking a very big hit. $1.50 to $3. Another stock that we traded. All of a sudden, now you wake up next morning, and that's what you wake up to. AHI, another one right here. Big runner up. You all remember this one too. Stock went from 60 cents to $3, went to $7. Now it's on the downtrend. Just kind of like make you realize, like, oh my God, I remember we trade these stocks. Last but not least, I want to talk about this one. This one was getting hammered. AMDP, another one. We had a big run up on this stock on this day. Remember that one? $1 to $8 in one day. Sure enough, why did it go down? All about a short squeeze. But as day traders, what we train you what to do is how to just take the small winners and then come back tomorrow. So when you hear us talking about, listen, take the money and run. You made your day's pay. Like, for example, if you did well this morning with MF, you know, or well, we're going to talk about these two anyway. But we had a big run up on this one too. Holy crap! Where did this one come from? VTGN. Oh my God! Hold on, time out. They want to see that one make a big run right now. VTGN. What we got going on here? Can't check unless we check level 4, right? Let's go see what's going on over here. All right. I see some buyers showing up right here. 200,000 share buyers showed up, but that's like way out of the way. Holy crap. This thing is really going up. We're going to check this one out in a little bit. All right. So anyway, just keep in mind, always think about taking profits. All right. Now let's talk about some stocks to go through the watch list. So we got this bad boy going on right now. Let's go hopping on level 4, see what's going on. I'm not really seeing any big orders out here. Hold on a second. You got an order that just showed up right around here around 6. You could see right there that order got filled. You could see big ECN order got done. So yeah, stock looks pretty interesting. It's moving up pretty nicely. So it looks pretty damn volatile though. Big spread. Probably give it. What do you guys give it in the Cyber Group room? What do you give this one? Probably a 3, maybe a 4. I probably give it a 4. So I'll be really careful of that one right here. So we got that. That's a nice mover right there. Up about 300% so far. Yeah, I would be very careful too, Grant. Absolutely. Yeah, listen, when it came down to it, I'd rather trade stocks like this than trade stocks like that. They move very quickly. So anyway, another stock that's moving this morning right here is the SVFD. Now, when I look at this stock right here, it had a really nice move this morning. The issue is we're getting a nice little ladder effect on the bid side. We're getting some nice orders that's showing up right here. You can see these big iceberg orders, 26,000, 24,000, and 23,000. Here he is, 34,000 adding up. So she's trending down a little bit, but she's holding here pretty strong. Now, you know when we trade stocks like this, sometimes they do hold at these prices right here. So you know what? Up about 110% right now. It's inexpensive. You know, something right up our alley. PRZO is another one that we found this morning. And this one right here, there was a little bit of an iceberg order, showed up around 290. See this resistance levels right here? Okay, so what happened right around 9 o'clock, this guy just showed up again. He was there around 8:50, and he just showed up again. You can see him right here. See this guy right here? That's what you got to watch out for. So got to read the future when it comes down to that. But another thing too, it scares me about this stock. It is an IPO. You could see on the long-term chart, it hasn't been around too long. So I'm not a huge fan when it comes to that because we don't have that much data, but we'll throw it on a watch list. MF, just be very careful of the stock. You could see another Yelp, another Tupper, another stock like that. But MF has done wonders for us. This stock was an awesome stock on Friday. It's gapping up again this morning. It also did in the after hours on Thursday. You could see that right there. So MF, we're going to keep an eye on that. And that's not the MF you're thinking of, all right? Because somebody came up to me and said, MF, MF, MF. And I'm like, listen, keep the abbreviations to yourself. Okay, if you know where I'm going with that. BSFC is also moving up pretty nicely. So BFFC orders are not really there that much. I mean, I looked at it. It looks like it's kind of like holding here. Stock took a big hit from 14. It's holding here pretty strong. If you go back here on Friday, you can see resistance levels did move around 12 o'clock. But she looks a little bit on the slow side. BSMFC, you're going to get lucky to get that big order out there, but we'll throw it there on that watch list. This is up 42%. It's a buyout, over weekend buyout. That's basically what that is. And garbage. Nikola has been doing well too also. I'll be very careful of this one too. All right, we're pretty much done there. Look, SAG getting crushed. $60 stock down to 19. Ouch. Damn, that does not feel too good. APLS. You see, this is why you got to learn how to day trade, because you can have a stock that's going up great. You're in a $90 price range. Wake up the next morning, it's at 70. It closes down to 50. Don't want to sell it. You're at 50. Now you're down to 40. You didn't want to sell it. Now you're down to 35. You're like, shit, I can't sell it now. I could have got out 70. Yeah, now you're waking up to a heart attack at 20. If any of you guys ever read my book, it's called How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. And you probably hear me say this before. It's the #1 bestseller book, probably one of the only few day trading books out there. And I was going to call the book No Overnights. That was actually, I was like, because in my classes, that's one of the biggest things I teach, no overnights. And, it's a great concept, but unless you know how it works, you don't hold the positions overnight, because if you wake up to this will put you out of business. So there's a no overnight thing that could happen to you. All right, now on the New York Stock Exchange, we had a little bit of a move on this PLX. And I did put them on my list here. Put them right here. So this was nice about this stock right here. You had an iceberg order showed up right here, and he got filled. And once he got done, that's what made the stock run up that big, pretty move. So I kind of like that. So I'm going to keep that PLX on that watch list. It's a New York Stock Exchange stock, which is kind of rare, finding some good ones. We're getting a move on Rite Aid. So Rite Aid has been doing great. I mean, you could see Rite Aid right from here, from $1.50. It's already up about 100%. It's got resistance levels right around here from Friday. Now, does that mean there's resistance there today? That's what I'm going to figure out. You got future. So let's go check on that one right there. I'm going to go back over here to VTGA. Oh, wow, my God. Things up back to 25. Oh, my God. Look at this one. Look at that. Wow. Huh? So, what's funny about this stock? I was looking at it, and I didn't see any orders out there. And that's what kind of scared me. But once again, if you remember what I just told you a minute ago, look, I went from $5 to $25. I bet that still hasn't showed up on your radar. So anyway, great mover, great pop up. If you're in a side group room, if you guys jumped on it, hopefully you bought a little share of it and you knew how to trade it. All right. So good morning to you, Lori, on YouTube. Welcome back. All right. So anyway, yeah. So if you just logged in late, there's a stock that we've been watching in this morning since 9 o'clock this morning. It was at 5. We're already at 25. We're up about almost 1,200%. Okay. Haven't seen a stock like that in a while, up 1,200%. Anyway, I can't wait to put that on YouTube. All right. So anyway, before we go, I just want to leave everybody off regarding about something that happened to me last week. Okay. So a little tip of the day. So, we do these trials, and I know if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, obviously you could take your phone, scan that QR code, or click on that link. We do these events, these trials, right? You can get in, for very cheap to get into the trial room. So one of the persons I basically had an appointment to do a walkthrough didn't show up. Then the next day he's like, oh, I'm interested. I want to come back. You know what we did? We didn't call him back, and he got a little upset. And he was going to write a bad review. And I told him, I says, listen, I called him up before he even got to that point. I just want to tell you what I told him. Let me explain something how trading works. Okay. You go out the boys, you wake up with the men. If you don't want to take this seriously, I'm just doing you a favor. The reason why we don't want you to trade or get involved with CTU is because, whatever your excuse was, and it wasn't the first time. He canceled twice on us. So the first time I understand, maybe you get sick, whatever it is, but twice, um, that means you're not taking us seriously. So if you're not going to take us seriously, you're not going to take trading seriously. So I'm going to do you a big favor. You're going to lose all your money in trading. So just do not even trade. Go learn from somebody else. And if you're going to do it a couple $100, because if you're not going to take trading seriously, you could end up being like some of the stocks I just showed you, and you wake up at 90, you open up at 20. You know what I mean? And it's going to happen. If it hasn't happened to some of you already, that you know what I'm talking about, this is what happens. But the reason why we're here is because of stocks like VTGN. All right. So anyway, they must have came out with some crazy pharmaceutical drug right here that's got big approval, and that's what made that stock run. My God, this thing was literally about $1.60. So you can see how that thing worked out. Wonder if this is the VTGN that made meds help with FOMO. I don't know. There you go. We just posted the news right there. Therapeutic shares are trading higher after the company announced that its phase 3 flash site C2 trial event with safety and durability. Wow, that's pretty big news. Let me put that in the cyber. Let me put that in your YouTube channel. That's the news on that stock right there. If you guys want to read it, there you go. All right. And you know what the sad part is? If you are on any of the other, if you're trading options, you can't trade the stock. Because you can't wait till the market opens up. If you're trading with like a Fidelity or any of the other ones, you can't do pre-market. This is why we love day trading. All right, listen, I'm going to stop my chatter. Market's opens up about 15 minutes. For everybody here on social media and everyone, we'll be back here at 2:30. Don't forget to click on that link. Make sure you like us and friend us. We're here live every morning at 9 a.m. and 2:30, or if you want to join our trading room, you're more than welcome to. And then, and like I said, if you have any other, and for Cyber Group members, you see something, you say something. And most importantly, if you're new starting your trial this week, please don't buy anything. Book your appointments. Take us very seriously. We'll take you very seriously. But you have to learn before you can earn. So please don't go out there. Don't buy anything with trading. Just watch. Actually, it's the 3 letters. Look, listen, and learn. All right. And then hopefully you could be part of our family. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. We'll start commentating once the market opens up in 15 minutes. Everybody else will be back here at 2:30.